Hello?
Hey, you ready for this interview?
Where you at?
In the meeting room.
Yeah, I'm right outside the meeting room.
Oh, okay. No, I was looking at your jacket.
You got something.
Where on your jacket does it say Fort Scott Munitions for this interview?
It used. I got the wrong jacket. You guys want to do the whole thing for me?
Whoa! There goes the camera. Basically, with Blue Line Bears, we met them in Florida. We went down to do disaster relief where they had the hurricane. So we went down to Florida and got to meet Megan and her family with Blue Line Bears.
Just very mature, extremely mature. Felt like I was talking to an adult, not somebody that was super young, and just amazing because, you know, going into it, you would think that, okay, maybe this is something the parents are wanting to do and they're getting her involved with it or something like that. But no, they definitely helped and they're a huge part of it. But this is something she wanted to do individually. And you pick up on that pretty quick hanging out with her. You really start to notice that that's going on. So that's really neat. And it's neat what she's doing. She wants to help those families out. And I think it's a perspective thing too, because her dad being an officer, I think she puts herself in their shoes every time, and there's a lot to say for that.
With her dad's in law enforcement, and the Dallas shooting happened and it kind of hit home, and she really wanted to do this, but her dad was reluctant because he's like, there's no way they're gonna let you have the uniforms of the fallen officers, and she said, let me try, and was really persistent, and then she did it, and shockingly enough, they were more than willing, and she's really helped the families through some hard times, and it's been a growing business, unfortunately. Not saying we want that to happen, they don't either, but it is, and they're trying to help not only with the Bears, but they're trying to help do things to get it under control too, with the shootings and the officers being in danger and harm's way too.
They're constantly going out to families to donate these bears to them, and that plays a toll on you. I mean, I'm a grown man and traveling wears me out, and she's young. You know, instead of going out and playing with kids, she's going to deliver a bear to a family that lost their dad. I mean, you don't see that character nowadays near as much, and it's neat to see that. And I think too, with that being said, she is a huge example to the future generation. I know a lot of people nowadays have had complaints about the generations are going downhill, but I think Megan's living proof that it doesn't have to be that way. I think Megan's living proof that the next generation can greatly step up to the plate and change our world.
You forget sometimes that she is a kid, you know. You forget her age sometimes, because she started this at 15 years old, you know, and she doesn't carry herself like she's 15 years old. She carries herself like she's, you know, a young businesswoman in her 20s, even 30s and 40s, you know, by the way she carries herself. So that is awesome to me. But then when you see her get out and get to have fun, you know she's a kid again, and it's cool to see that side too, because she needs that.
She is still a kid. She is still a kid, and Tonto's a kid too. Sorry, Tonto. But watching her and Tonto together, and when she met Sheriff Clark, she just lost her stuff. It was great, but it was just neat. I mean, I'm gonna make myself look old here, but you know, the way she reacted with Sheriff Clark and Tonto was like a girl would act with Backstreet Boys back in the day, you know, and she's just beside herself. And why does she like these people? Because they're making a change in the world. They're trying hard to make a difference, and that's what her role models are, but still from a kid point of view. And I don't know how to articulate that, but she's just as goofy as a normal kid. It's not like she's a brainwashed adult. She's just like she's mature, and at the same time she's still a kid. I think a lot of that assists in what she's doing, I would say, but I also think as she gets older, you'll see she'll continue forward with this and be able to help a lot of people.
I see Megan, I don't know exactly what she wants to do when she gets older, but I'm humbled by her. She's already told us she wants us all to come to her graduation, which was awesome to me for her to want us. I mean, she said she's stoked about all her bullet buddies. That's what she calls us, coming to her graduation. I see her after graduation doing something, running her own nonprofit, running a business even that's not a nonprofit. I mean, she has that ability, that skill set, the work ethic, and I think there's no reason by the time she's in her 20s she'll have her own businesses, whether it be nonprofit, whether it be, and Blue Line Bears I feel like is going to stay forever. And yes, we say that lightly because it's one of those things, we don't want officers to keep getting shot and keep falling, but unfortunately this day and age it happens. But I like that she's trying to help them to prevent ways of getting them shot and get them when they're out in the field. They're doing things, and her dad's out there every day too, so she knows what it's like waiting on somebody to come home. She's not just doing this not knowing what it feels like. She knows what it feels like when there's calls and he has to go somewhere. I think that's why she really wants to help.
It's just absolutely fascinating to see someone's mind work that way. And I think that a big part of that's her upbringing, a big part of that's her beliefs, and a big part of that is she just cares. Like, that's who she has chosen to be, is somebody that cares. And you can't make something like that up.
Some ways that individuals could help Megan would be like donate. It's not just buying ammunition. Like, she has a Facebook page. You can go to her page, you can donate, you can buy clothing that you get to wear around, which advertises for her, plus the profits, what she makes for that goes straight back into, equipment, whether it be, sewing machines, whether it be stuffers, anything like that. And I can tell you 100%, I can guarantee you the profits off that, none of those go in their pocket. It's 100% self-funded. They don't get money from anything else. They don't give it to anything else. They don't put money in their pocket. I mean, this girl didn't even know how to sew when she first started and she just learned that's the type of person she is. So, and her grandma helped her a lot with that. So that's the thing I like about it, because there's a lot of organizations nowadays, they do a lot of good, but 20% goes here, 10% goes here, and by the end of the day, you get 20% going to the actual nonprofit, where hers is 100%.
I'd say definitely go to Megan's Facebook, definitely do your homework on her. Donate if you can, and even if you don't have the funds to donate, I would say, I gotta quit looking at the camera, I would say just sharing her posts, growing her Facebook, growing her following will help her get to those people that will financially help them grow so they can keep helping people. We'll have to ask before we put this in there, but that goes into too, I think they're going to help military as well, and they're getting outside of just law enforcement. So help them grow, help them get to all the people that need to be got to, and check them out, look them up.